Every year, thousands of Honda owners pay for transmission repairs that proper driving habits could have prevented. Most transmission damage doesn't happen under the hood. It happens behind the wheel through mistakes you're making right now without realizing it. Honda dealerships won't warn you about these habits because they profit when your transmission fails at 120,000 miles instead of lasting 300,000 miles. In this video, I'm revealing 8 transmission mistakes Honda owners make every single day. The last one is the silent killer that can turn your reliable Honda into a $5,000 repair bill before you hit 100,000 miles. Number 8. Shifting without stopping. Changing from drive to reverse or reverse to drive without coming to a complete stop destroys Honda transmissions faster than most owners realize. That tiny clunk you hear isn't harmless. It's your transmission taking damage every single time. Inside every Honda transmission sits a parking pal, a small metal component that locks your transmission when you shift into park. This pal is engineered to hold a stopped vehicle, not stop a moving one. Force it into gear while rolling, and that pal absorbs the full weight of your Honda. Over time, it grinds down, bends, and eventually breaks completely. Shifting between drive and reverse while creeping forward puts brutal stress on the clutch packs inside your transmission. These clutches are designed for precision engagement when your Honda is completely stopped, not to function as braking component. Some newer Honda models include electronic safeguards that delay shifts until you're stopped, but even these systems can't protect against repeated mechanical abuse when you force the shifter. It takes 1 second to come to a complete stop before changing gears. Skip that second and you're risking one of the most expensive repairs your Honda can need. Parking pal replacement runs $800 to $1,500. Complete transmission failure from this habit costs over $3,000. Always bring your Honda to a full stop before shifting between drive and reverse. That 1 second pause is the difference between a transmission lasting 300,000 miles and one failing at 120,000 miles. Number 7. Resting your hand on the gear lever. Resting your hand on the shifter during drives applies constant pressure to the shift forks and synchros inside your transmission. Honda transmissions use precise tolerances. That light pressure from your hand creates internal misalignment and uneven wear over time. The shift forks weaken gradually until rough gear changes, slippage, or complete failure shows up years earlier than normal. Worse, when something happens on the road, a sudden stop, a pedestrian, a pothole, you're caught with one hand off the wheel. Keep both hands on the wheel. Your gearbox isn't an armrest. Cost, free to fix versus $2,000 to $4,000 transmission repair. Number 6. Skipping transmission fluid changes. This one destroys more Honda transmissions than anything else, and most drivers never see it coming. Honda CVTs are extremely sensitive to fluid condition. The fluid doesn't just lubricate. It provides hydraulic pressure that keeps the belt gripping the pulley. When that fluid breaks down, you get slipping, overheating, and complete transmission failure. Here's what Honda doesn't advertise loudly enough. They used to claim lifetime fluid, which sounded convenient for sale. But after a wave of early CVT breakdowns in Civics, Accords, and CR-Vs, they quietly updated the maintenance schedule to every 30,000 to 60,000 miles depending on driving condition. The problem is most drivers never got that memo. Many dealers still don't emphasize it because a failed CVT generates thousands in repair revenue. They'd rather sell you a replacement than prevent the failure in the first place. And here's the part that catches people off guard. CVT fluid doesn't last as long if you drive in real-world conditions. Stop-and-go traffic, hot climates, towing, mountain driving, or aggressive acceleration all break down the fluid faster than highway cruising. The metal particles circulating in old fluid grind away at the belt and pulleys, creating more debris that accelerates the damage. I've seen dozens of Hondas come in with 80,000 to 120,000 miles and completely destroyed CVTs. The owners all say the same thing. I thought the fluid was lifetime. Meanwhile, their transmission needed a rebuild or full replacement that cost $4,000 to $6,000. Number 4. Ignoring winter warm-ups. On a freezing morning, CVT fluid flows like syrup. Slam it into gear and drive off hard, and you're forcing thick, sluggish fluid through delicate valves and pulley. That extra strain accelerates where you won't notice until years later when your CVT starts to shudder or slip. Even if your coolant gauge says normal, your transmission fluid may still be cold. That's why mechanics recommend giving your Honda 30 to 60 seconds of idle on a cold morning. In sub-zero conditions, even a little more. That small delay gives the transmission fluid time to circulate and coat moving parts before they're put under load. Skipping warm-ups doesn't feel like a mistake until the damage catches up to you. Number 3. Hard launches. Flooring the gas pedal from a stop might feel thrilling, but inside your Honda, It's a mechanical disaster waiting to happen. Hard launches spike RPMs instantly and slam maximum torque through the transmission before the system is ready. In CVTs, the belt and pulleys are suddenly forced to handle peak load while fluid pressure is still stabilizing. That creates slippage, heat, and metal-on-metal contact that wears down components with every launch. Traditional automatics aren't much better. Hard launches force clutch packs to grab aggressively under extreme pressure, burning friction material and creating internal damage that accumulates over time. Cold mornings make this work. Transmission fluid is thick and slow-moving. Lubrication hasn't reached all the internal components yet. Metal surfaces grind against each other with minimal protection. Launch hard during a cold start, and you're creating wear that would normally take thousands of miles to accumulate. I've seen transmission teardowns from Hondas with under 80,000 miles that looked like they had 200,000 miles of abuse. The owners all had one thing in common. They treated their daily commuter like a drag car. Your Honda can handle spirited driving when it's warmed up and maintained properly. But launching hard from every stoplight, especially when cold, is the fastest way to meet a $3,000 to $4,000 repair bill. Do it often enough, and you're not just shaving time off acceleration, you're shaving years off your transmission's life. Cost: free to fix your driving habit versus $3,000 to $4,000 transmission rebuild or replacement. Number 2. Using the wrong fluid. This happens more often than you think, and it destroys Honda CVTs faster than almost anything else. Some quick lube shops and careless mechanics top off Honda CVTs with universal transmission fluid. The problem is, Honda CVTs are engineered for one fluid only, too. Anything else breaks down belt grip, causes overheating, and accelerates internal wear. Honda CVT fluid has specific friction modifiers and additives designed for the exact tolerances of the belt and pulley system. Universal fluids don't match those properties. They change how the belt grips the pulleys, create slippage under load, and generate excessive heat that breaks down seals and damages metal surfaces. It may seem fine at first. The transmission shifts normally for a few hundred miles, but inside, microscopic damage is accumulating. The wrong fluid creates friction patterns that weren't designed into the system. Eventually, complete failure arrives thousands of miles earlier than it should. Never accept universal CVT fluid. If the shop doesn't stock genuine Honda fluid, go somewhere else. Using the wrong fluid isn't a small mistake. It's a death sentence for your transmission. Number 1. Ignoring early warning signs. This is the silent killer that destroys more Honda transmissions than any other mistake on this list. Your Honda will tell you when the transmission is in trouble, but most owners ignore the signs until it's too late. A low-speed shudder when accelerating from a stop. A faint whining noise during highway driving. A delay when shifting into drive or reverse. Hesitation when merging onto the highway. These aren't quirks. They're warning signs that internal damage has already started. Catch them early, and sometimes a simple fluid change or minor repair saves the transmission. The belt might need adjustment, the fluid might be contaminated but not destroyed yet. A small fix now prevents catastrophic failure later. Ignore them, and the damage snowballs fast. I've seen dozens of Hondas towed into shops with completely failed CVTs. The owners all say the same thing. It's been making that noise for months, but I thought it would go away. It never goes away. It only gets worse and more expensive. Pretend it's nothing, and you're writing a blank check to the repair shop for $4,000 to $6,000. Address problems early when they're cheap to fix. Wait until failure, and you're looking at complete replacement. Honda transmissions can last 200,000 miles or more, but only if you avoid these mistakes. Most of the time, it's not one big failure that kills them. It's small daily habits, repeated again and again until the damage is too far gone. Protect your Honda, and it'll protect you. Ignore these truths, and your car becomes a ticking time bomb. If you found this video eye-opening, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got more mechanic-level secrets coming your way, and trust me, the next one could save you from a $3,000 repair bill you didn't even see coming.